All right. A couple years ago, I made the video showing how to read polar constellation map, and I wanted to go ahead and do the same thing for the equatorial. So on the equatorial map, you've got three required constellations: Pegasus, Orion, and Hercules, and then one that's whatever your zodiac sign is. So I'm going to do Orion because he's one of the more complex ones. You've got to go north and south hemisphere, and there's some really close together dots there. So on our map, this will be on the left-hand side, right square in the middle. Unfortunately, I can't zoom with this app, but I can push the camera as close as I can get to it. And you'll notice that the stars that I want you to be responsible for are the ones that I've connected in the black line. This is pi 3, so this is supposed to be Orion's bow. So this is his arm holding his bow. So that comes out to pi 3. That's this guy here. Comes up to his head, which is lambda, down to his shoulder, which is alpha, up to it's an upside down in it's mu, and down to these three stars, which are the belt of Orion, then down to south over to Rigel, then back up again, and then this guy down at the bottom because that's his sword, Orion's sword. A lot of nebulae and stuff happen in this part of the sky. So looking at constellation we're in, it's Orion. I need to separate out this right-hand page. So Orion is our constellation. I'm going to start this one here, which is pi 3, because there's a whole bunch of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Magnitude, you're going to go to the bottom of the right hand, and I'm going to use this as kind of a comparison. Looks to me like that's about a 3. So magnitude is going to be 3. For right ascension, you'll notice that the hours of right ascension go in reverse order from what we usually write: 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. So Orion's going to be totally between 4 hours and just after 6 hours. So if I draw a line down from pi 3, it's a line about there. Tick-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 jumps for 60 minutes. 12 times 5 would be 60. So I'm going to write on here that a tick equals 5 minutes. That way I'll be able to reference that and remember. So this is 10 minutes before 5 o'clock. Make that 4 hours, 50 minutes. Right ascension, 4 hours, 50 minutes. Declination. I'll grab a ruler, try to keep this level straight over to this. The equatorial map has 5 different lines that show the divisions. 0 degrees down here. It's got 10 degrees, which is kind of messed up a little bit, and then 10 degrees here. Minus, that indicates the southern half of the sky. So anything below the line is south. Anything above the line is north. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it looks like about 7 degrees north. And I'm going to use a highlighter to indicate which ones we've already done. I'm going to go back to his shoulder. So this is, again, Orion, using a little quotation marks, same as above. So this one is Gamma. Right ascension, draw the line down. 5 hours and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5 hours. 5. I always forget to check the magnitudes compared to key here. Gamma looks about like a 1. Label it as magnitude 1. And declination looks like it's about a degree lower than the pi, so I'll call that 6 degrees. Instead of working left to right, I think I'll just kind of work my way counterclockwise. So I'll come up here and do lambda. So Orion, lambda, size-wise, it's a little smaller. So maybe a 3 again. Right ascension, you're down, and then 5 hours, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, it's like about 35. 5 hours, 35 minutes. Declination, this is the highest one north, and it's pointing right at 10. So 10 degrees north. I'll work our way. We're finished. Finished. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is pretty darn big. I actually put that probably at a 0. 0. Beetlejuice's number, sorry, letter. That's alpha. So Orion alpha, magnitude of 0, right ascension. It is just 1 tick mark short of 6 hours. So that's 5 hours, 55 minutes. And then right, it's declination 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's call that 8. 8 degrees north. Want to do that little one coming up from that shoulder. Let's see what it is. That looks like you. Fancy you with a line in the front. So Orion Mu, size-wise, that guy is tiny. So brightness is going to be really low. Size-wise, looks like about a 4. Remember, the bigger the number, the dimmer the star. Right ascension, it is like just on the other side of 6 hours, so you call that 6 hours and 3 minutes. Just to say it's a little more than 6. Declination, it's about the same as lambda was, so 10 degrees north. Those are done. Now down to the funny squiggle.
Watching the noise rushing.
Yep. So slight disruption there. See what I was doing. We just finished mu. Now we're going to come down to zeta, my least favorite. So it's all just squiggles. Size-wise, this is pretty big. I'll say it's about the same as electric land. Got a estimate here. Let's call that a 3. No, it's bigger than a 3. It's a 2. Right ascension, it's right near the line here, so 5 hours and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, no, 55, 50, 45, so 43, 5 hours, 43 minutes. Declination is just barely below the line, 2 degrees, and remember it's south this time, it's below the line. The next one up there looks like epsilon. So, Orion epsilon. I'm going to call it the same size, 2, 5 hours, and it's about 5 minutes less. So 5 hours, 38 minutes, and it's about 1 degree south. Then delta looks again maybe a little bit smaller, so I'll call that a 3. And 5 minutes before, let me double check, 5 hours and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All that 5 hours, 30 minutes. And that's right on the line. It's just straight up 0 degrees. So that handles those. I'm going to go down to his sword next. It's like a little eye for iota. Orion iota. Size wise, it's probably like a 4. It's pretty small. Right ascension. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 5 hours, 35 minutes. Let's do here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 degrees south. So that finishes the sword. Just leaves us these 4 left to do. I'm not going to do tau. That's a small one. Kappa, also known Orion. Kappa, also known as self. That looks like about a 3. Right ascension. 55, 50, 45. So 5 hours, 45 minutes. And it's down here. Let's call that 10 degrees south. That line. Rigel, also known as Orion Beta. That's a huge. I'm going to rank that up as a 0. The other one up there. It is 5 hours and 15 minutes. Declination is about 2 ticks short of 10. 8 degrees south. That just leaves us Eta. Orion Eta. Size-wise, that's pretty small. I'll call it a 4. It is 5 hours and 5, 10, 15, 20, 5. Declination to south. All right. So had to mark it up a bit. Got a little messy, but that's fine. We've got all of those stars plotted out. And you should be good to go to do the other ones, Pegasus and Hercules.